Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is my anniversary, and I don't have much to say today, but I just wanted to talk about, tell a story of how I met my husband and how we now got married. Arranged marriage is more or less like matchmaking, this friend or colleague or whatever. Check out this guy, check out this girl. She may be good for you, he may be good for you. So in this video, I'm just gonna tell my story and then talk about some things about arranged marriages. So stay tuned. Like a mentor to me. So, she already knew me very well, and also he knew my husband. In fact, my husband is like a brother to her. So, that whole thing. So check out this guy, check out this girl and all that. And that was it. I think it was this thing, she did that matchmaking in October. We met in October, yeah, in October, because I remember that I was on leave. Then I was already working, so I was on leave, 1 month leave. So and the whole thing, check out these guys. So we had to discuss over the phone and how we're gonna meet, and all that before I went back, as in before my leave expired, something like that. So we met, that kind of open-mindedness, as in, like, what I'm trying to say is that I was already, in fact, both of us were already open-minded with the whole thing, because, one thing with arranged marriage is that the both parties involved already know that this is matchmaking of a thing. So they're already open-minded to face whatever, you understand, to work towards it, So we were already open-minded about the whole thing, and we discussed at length. The whole thing was moving freely and, very straightforward. There's nothing like all this, So, and at long run, we said, since we don't have much differences, and I've already done my background checks, that kind of, all those our normal age ajuju, as in go round. Yeah, so when you are in a relationship, whichever one, whether arranged relationship or matchmaking, whatever, as far as that relationship has been defined, you as the girl, you as the man, you're supposed to make your own inquiries, even though the whoever that has matchmaked the both of you, you already have that open-mindedness that, yes, if since the person said, oh, okay, because the both of you has been confirmed good, as in, like, this person, yeah, she's a nice girl. Oh, this person, she's a nice guy. Oh, meet up with, she's a very, trying to, you too, as a girl, as a man, you should also do your own background checks, still go around, find the girl's village or the man's village, find out, from everywhere, to know if everything matches with whatever that whoever that match makes you with that person is. Because it's not, I won't advise that when somebody just match make you with someone, you just be like, okay, every let us jump. You will not ask questions. You still need to do your own questions, ask your own questions here and there, so that you will be kind of sure, not too sure, because Adam or mad for one day. Because even those that have been in a relationship for 5 years, 10 years, they still didn't know each, as in, they didn't know themselves 100%. Sometimes when you get into the marriage, even the person you have dated for so long, you get into the marriage, you still find out some things, some new things you needed to know about that your partner that you didn't know before. But back to my story. So, as we met in that October and we discussed, we also met and all that. Uh, my husband was the one in a haste, self. He didn't want to waste time. In fact, he was like, he needed to collect the list and start every if to cut everything short. We met in October and we did our traditional marriage in December. You can see the interval. October that we met was even ending of October, not even beginning of. We met October. He collected list around January, around November, and by 15th of December, we were already traditionally married. Jesus. Then, April the following year, we did our white wedding. So, now the lessons I learned about arranged marriages is that, when it's as in like when this relationship is already defined, like you already know, you already agreed that both of you are going into marriage, you understand? You find out that everything will start moving very fast, smooth, even safe. Those fears of premarital sex, because premarital sex was my worst fear as a single lady then. I wasn't really, apart from premarital sex, infection and all those things, and then getting pregnant out of wedlock. Those were my worst fears as a single. So, and having been in some relationships then that you will not even do, as in just feel, in fact sometimes it's even when you start that relationship newly, the men are already asking you for sex, that kind of thing. Even before you entered into that relationship, you might have told, and told the person, see your boundaries and all those things. But you find out that even as the relationship progresses, you will see that as in on a normal day, that person didn't really agree, even if he didn't spell it out to you that, yeah, he wants sex for you. You will see the temptations, as in looking for every means to have you and all that. And these were my fears, as in these were my reasons, as in apart from the fact that I met my husband then, he was straightforward and all that. I accepted because I didn't want to, as in at least since it's for us to get married and all that, I didn't want to start diverging into somebody having to be in that relationship and you just be having me to yourself, as in, all those kind of things, as in those things. To me, as a single, me, I don't know about you out there, you may have a different opinion about it, but me, these were my fears as a young single lady then. So when I met him and he was ready for me and he was straightforward, and I saw him as someone that already has that bright future, that prospects and all that, and I just met him, and that is what I was trying to say. There was no much differences, as in we thought we were thinking in the same direction. We are alike. So that was how we got married. So, now some women are not that open-minded with matchmaking, all this apart from matchmaking, they are not, open-minded about this. Introduce me to this one, to introduce me to this one. They always believe that, oh, I'll find my man, I'll find my woman, and both of us will date and all that. I will advise you open your mind, or open your mindset, because it doesn't really, people's luck and destiny differs. It mustn't be that you must date someone for donkey years before that person becomes your partner. So and again, in my group someone shared a link of people doing matchmaking online. Even online matchmaking also works as well, but these things, you should be careful, you should be very, very careful with everything. You don't just have to jump into something, but it doesn't mean that arranged marriage or matchmaking online do not work, but it's somehow safer with people you already know, as in like somebody introducing you to this one and all those things is safer like that than some people that met you, or maybe you matchmake online and all that. But even at that, it still works out. Everything boils out at you being careful. So again, is in arranged marriage, mean that is somebody you don't already know very well, as in like you don't know other things like other character traits in that person. You will be looking at learning that person, both of you learning each other. When you get into the marriage, our advice, if you are your marriage was arranged and maybe you people didn't really have that normal some months of courtship, 6 months courtship, our advice, when you get into the marriage, you should don't focus on having kids immediately. Take some time, like 3 months or so, to learn each other, like bond with each other, like that courtship, before bringing forth kids, as in having kids. Because you find out that you by the time you start having kids in that kind of marriage, you find out that those children will come, and before you know it, that kind of that time that you're supposed to have with your partner to learn more of his likes or her likes and dislikes, you people will not have that time that you're supposed to have to communicate, as in to develop that closeness and intimacy, that communication. You may not really have that time. So I advise people who are in arranged marriage or matchmaking to have like a period of, in fact 3 months is even small, like a period of 6 months for you to learn each other, so that 6 months of courtship is okay. Okay, 3 months is fine, as far as you can bond with each other, but excluding premarital sex, which I'm against, because those were my fears before I just decided to, because I didn't want to start seeing myself, messing myself around and all that. I don't know, but that was my belief then. So, guys, I don't know what to say, but this is what. If you have your own opinion about arranged marriages, please put it in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe, share this video to everybody. Let it go viral, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.